Hi, this is Tracy from HallOfFameMoms.com and 1000thingsohio.com, and today I wanted to tell you a little bit about this homeschooling video or vlog series that I'm planning to do for the 2017-2018 year. This will be our 8th year homeschooling. We have an 8th grader and a 6th grader this year, both boys, and homeschooling starts in our area. It starts in the middle of August, which is right around the corner. As a homeschooling mom, I get to start whenever I want to start. So we have a relaxed, eclectic homeschooling style. That's probably the best way to describe it. Over the years, we've done different things. For a couple years, we were involved with a classical conversations campus, so we had a more classical bent there, but we weren't strictly classical. And then for a year, we did some classes with a couple of local co-ops. I actually was a teacher for for the psychology class for the high school students, and my boys took classes with another group that was the same building. So the other years it's been just us doing homeschool and getting together with groups for activities and that sort of thing. And I wanted to get back to being just me and the boys a while back, and through some other circumstances that's just where I guess the Lord was leading us to, because that's where we're at now. But I want to go ahead and tell you, because I know it's still in the beginning of getting things ready for a new school year, and somebody watching this video might be just a new homeschooler in Ohio with some questions. So I want to tell you real quick that in Ohio, here are some of the things that you need to know if you are wanting to homeschool in Ohio. Okay, so we have to agree. Let me grab my paperwork here. Every year we have to fill out an intent to homeschool form. Actually, we don't even have to fill it out. I think you can just type up a letter and send it in that way. But I usually fill out a form, and then take it into my school district building. So let me just go through some of the things that we need to do in Ohio. So according to the paperwork, we have to give assurance that our home education will include the following, except that home education shall not be required to include any concept, topic, or practice that is in conflict with sincerely held religious beliefs of the parent. And those categories are language, reading, spelling, and writing, geography, history of the United States and Ohio, and national, state, and local government, mathematics, science, health, physical education, fine arts, including music, and first aid, safety, and fire prevention. Okay, and then what they will ask for also is a brief outline of your intended curriculum for the current year. This outline is just for informational purposes only. They'll also want a list of the textbooks or the correspondence courses or the commercial curriculum or other basic teaching materials that parent intends to use for home education. Again, such list is for information purposes only. Also, we have to assure our state that our child will be provided a minimum of 900 hours of home education each school year. And then there's some other things you'll want to know. If it's not you homeschooling, who is it? Like if you have somebody else homeschooling your kids, like a relative or somebody else, just whoever. So if you have any questions on that, just leave me a comment and I can get you some more information. But I just wanted to touch base on that. So the nice thing here in Ohio, we do not have to log every hour. And I know that some people have said, because so much in life is education, and you can have your 900 hours in, a lot sooner than what kids going to public school would have if you're diligent about providing that education time. And that doesn't mean they have to be sitting at a table working on workbook pages. So that's the paperwork that we have to turn in at the beginning of the year. Along with that, if you've been homeschooling for a while, then you know by now that at the end of that homeschool year, you need to have something to show for your year. every year I opt to do the assessment, which is basically, it's as simple as me finding a certified teacher. It has to be a certified teacher. You want to give them a sample of what your kid has done during the school year. It doesn't have to be everything, just give them a sample. And then they look at it, and then they have to sign, and they have to sign a form. I'll show you this real quick. It's just a simple form. I got my form from the website at HSLDA.org, which is a Homeschool Legal Defense Association. This is a place you can get a membership with, and they'll represent you for homeschool issues if you run into legal problems, or, you know, just say something weird and happens where, you know, your local, say the school people, they don't know what they're doing, or they don't understand the homeschool law. Maybe somebody calls Children's Protective Services on you, or, you know, because you don't have your kids in school. Just weird stuff. Or maybe there's something else. Maybe it's something not so weird. But they will be your homeschool defense attorneys, and it might just be that you just will need them sometime to contact the school and say, hey, you are overstepping your boundaries in the information you are requiring from this parent. Something that, just from being in the homeschool field for so long, I see things, and you can join some groups on Facebook, by the way, and I can put some links down below for you, some support groups. But, you know, just things where people are, you know, maybe the school system is saying, hey, we want to know this or that, when by law you don't have to give them such information. So it's really important that you know what the law is, and it's a good idea. I mean, I would say you really should have a support group. New school year is starting up, and I just got my boys' assessments done with a teacher that I know from church. I had that done about a week or two ago, and so I'm going to send in I'm going to make copies. Okay, you got to. Okay, so my batteries is low, and my camera shut off, so I have to pick it up again. Okay, so you want to make copies of your assessment reports, okay, and keep those. I keep mine in a binder. I keep them with the past years. So make copies of your assessment, and make copies of your notice of intent. I would recommend. Now, here's a note on that. It is recommended that you mail your intent in. I think it's like certified mail, whatever it is, where they are required to sign for it, because they have 14 days, at least here in Ohio, they have 14 days to notify me in writing if there's a problem with my information. So you want to have proof that they got it, and if it's past that 14 days and they're saying, hey, you didn't, we don't like this or whatever, well, hey, they're past their 14 days, okay? So, but what I do, and I've always done this, and I've never had a problem, this is just what I do, and I know I'm not the only one who does this. I've homeschooled in 2 different school districts over the years. I just take my paper down to the office. I get a signature from somebody and they're saying I dropped it off, or like where I'm at right now, they will stamp it. That's their thing. They'll make a copy and they'll stamp it. I'll make my own copy though, just to be on the safe side, but still they give me something and they stamp it, and you know, I've never had a big problem. I have had, you don't have to put your phone number down here in Ohio, but I have done that in the past. I may not do that anymore, but I know twice out of the past 7 years somebody's called me because they wanted more information about something. So, and I handled it over the phone. It was okay. But if you want to just follow the law, read the law, make sure you follow it, because here's the thing. If the big beef that a lot of homeschoolers have is that if we as homeschoolers give more information than is required of us by law, then we're training the school system to expect that from us, and then they end up, you know, treating, they may end up treating other homeschoolers with that idea that they're owed that information, you know. And you know what, you got to do your own thing too, you know, if it works for you. And for me, I just take it in personally because that gives me peace of mind that I dropped it off. and I have that evidence, I have that proof. I mean, I gotta sign a book to get in the building. I'm probably on one or more cameras, so it's been fine for me. That's how I do it. So, but anyways, you can look it up for yourself if you have any questions. So here in the next couple weeks, probably the next week or so, I'll be sending my stuff in. I'll be making my copies, and I will have that. And then at some point, they should be sending me a letter saying that that my information that was needed is in, that things look good basically, and that my children are excused from compulsory school attendance. Now it's our right to homeschool in Ohio, but you have to go through the red tape, because if you don't, then your child is truant and you are in trouble. So you've got to go through the tape. So, alright, I wanted to at least give you a little bit about the basics when it comes to homeschooling here in Ohio. If you have any questions, leave me a comment. Again, I'm planning to do a video every week. Thanks for watching.